Hello and welcome to today's practice, yoga for the feet and ankles. So for today's practice, you're going to want a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you'll want to catch hold of something that's similar to a yoga strap, such as a regular belt or a scarf or a long necktie. If you do have a yoga strap, we are going to create a small loop that you'll be able to use for your foot in our beginning opening sequence. So to create that small loop, if you do have a strap, you're going to go through both of your rings with the tail. The ring that's closest to the tail, you'll release it, holding on to that other ring, and you'll loop your strap back through. And then you'll just pull on the tail until you have a small loop that is prepared for your foot. Okay. Once that's ready, you can set it out to the side. If you're working with a necktie or regular belt, you can just leave it as it is and just set it out to the side. Now we are going to start with our head near the front edge of the mat. A lot of times when I do reclined work, I lay the other way. But for today's flow, we're going to start with the head toward the front edge, and you're going to put your strap right out to the side. And then you're going to come down onto your spine with your pelvis about mid-mat. And then when you get down to your spine, feel free, kind of stretch out through your legs. Maybe take a full body stretch. Maybe a couple windshield wipers. Just another few moments of just shifting and moving your body around. Okay, and to begin, we're going to take the left leg, extend it out along the floor. We're going to keep the right knee bent with the right knee pointing up toward the sky, foot flat on the floor. There's going to be some space here between the left leg and the inner edge of the right foot. Just open those arms out in a nice big wide T position. Now, here's the breath in. You're going to inhale, keep the knee pointing up to the sky. Now, as you exhale, the foot's going to stay down, but you're going to rock to the inner edge of the right foot. So the outer edge will lift up, but you're just going to move to the inner edge of the foot, which is going to look different than lifting the foot up away from the floor. So as our focus is ankles and feet, so we're going to just create some motion here for the ankle and the foot as well up through the thigh, the hip. So inhale, point the knee to the sky, feel this full sole of the foot press down. You can even press into that foot a little bit, and then exhale, take the knee across the body. Inhale, come up and press the foot down. Then as you're exhaling, rock the knee toward the left. You can feel your right hip lift up a bit as you do that. Inhale as you come up, and exhale, rock to the inner edge of the right foot. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, rocking up. Exhale, rock to the inner edge of the right foot. Inhale, knee pointing up. Exhale, last one, rock to the inner edge of the right foot. Inhale, send the right knee up. And exhale, send the right leg out along the mat. Before you do the second side, just see if you can feel a difference in the right leg versus the left. And then allow your left knee to bend. Foot comes flat to the floor with a little bit of space between the inner foot and the inner right leg. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let your left knee fall to the right so that you rock to the inner edge of your left foot. Your left hip's going to lift away from the floor a little bit. Inhale, rock back up. Exhale, let the knee fall over to the right. Root down through the arms. Inhale, point the knee to the sky. Exhale, let the knee fall to the right. Inhale to the center. Last few times. Exhale, fall to the right. Rooting through your arms. Inhale to the center. Last time. Exhale, fall to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, send the left leg out along the floor. From here, bending both knees, placing the feet flat to the floor. And so we're going to use the yoga strap or whatever you're using in place of that. So we're going to bend the knees, place the feet flat, leave the left foot flat as you pick up the right foot and take your strap along the ball of the foot. And then you're going to start to send your right heel up toward the sky. And then we're going to also press through the right ball of the foot, like you were pressing on a gas pedal with the ball of the foot. So feel some engagement here through the calf. You're going to keep the leg up in the air. And if you have the small loop across the ball of the foot, you can actually slide the hands down the strap until the arms are long by the sides of the face. Okay. Then you can start to rebend your right knee just a little bit. And then send the right heel back up and then re-extend through the right ball of the foot. Spread through the toes. And then as you're exhaling, rebend your right knee just a bit. Press up through the right heel. Press through the right ball of the foot as well. So press the ball of the foot into the strap. One more time. Exhale, let your right knee rebend. Send the heel up and press out through the ball of the foot. And you can stay there momentarily. You can keep your left foot where it is, or you could start to extend the left leg out along the floor. Press out through your left heel, almost imagining that the wall was a little closer. You could press the sole of the left foot into the wall. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, if your left leg is extended, rebend. Start to walk the hands up the strap. Rebend the right knee. Hug your knees into your chest, and then just do a little bit of rocking across your low back. Okay, and then we're going to let the right foot come down to the floor. Left knee's going to stay in. We're going to take the strap along the ball of the foot. You're going to start to send your left heel up to the sky. And then if you have the small loop, you can slide your arms by your ears. Otherwise, you can just simply hold both sides of the strap in the hands. You're going to send the arms by the ears if you have the loop, and then begin to press out through the left ball of the foot. So you're going to press the ball of the foot into the strap. And then as you exhale, allow your left knee to rebend just a little bit, and then send the heel back up to the sky and press out through the ball of the foot. Exhale, rebend the knee, and then press the heel up and press through the ball of the foot. Exhale, rebend. Send the heel up and then press through the ball of the foot. Okay, stay there. Now you can stay exactly as you are with the right leg, or you can slide that right leg out along the floor. press out through your right heel. Take a last deep inhalation and exhalation. Allowing your right knee to rebend, walking your arms back up the strap, unhooking the belt, bending your left knee. You can set the strap to the side, hug your legs in toward your belly region, rock across your low back. All right, we're going to place the feet down on the floor. We're going to roll onto the belly. So you can shift your hips just a bit to one side and then roll to the side, flipping all the way over until you come to crocodile position. So you're going to stack your palms and stack your forehead on top of your stacked palms. Now you're going to press into the balls of the feet here, root through the balls of the feet, and then begin to lift your knees away from the floor. So feel your leg muscles hug in toward the bones. You'll press through your heels just a bit. So it almost feels like the heels are reaching toward the back short side of the mat. So just bring a little bit of stretch through the soles of your feet. Take a deep breath in. And a last exhale out. Okay, and then lowering the knees and the thighs, untucking the feet, sliding the hands underneath of your chest, pressing up to all fours, tabletop position. So adjust your blocks so that they are a little bit closer to the mat if they're not already. Now we're going to shift into the right knee and send the left leg back behind you with the ball of the foot on the floor. And then do some press out through the left heel and then do some rock forward with the heel, just a few heel pulses. And then lowering that left knee down to the floor. We'll come to the second side in a moment, but we're going to breathe in, release the belly down toward the mat, lifting up through the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tone the lower belly into spine. Float your knees up and send your sitting bones upward toward the sky. Walk out for a moment through your knees and your feet. And then from here, we're going to shift the weight into the left ball of the foot and send the right heel up into downward facing dog split. So you may want to even put some bend in that left knee as that right heel reaches nice and high. Exhale, we're going to curl the right knee into the chest to step that right foot through toward the right wrist. And here's where those blocks can come in handy. You can bring them underneath of the hands to frame the right foot. So you're up on that left ball of the foot with a little bit of a bend in that back knee. So you're going to start to come up, so into what I like to call the warrior lunge position. So you're going to start to rise up. So just a high lunge, right? So hands can always stop at the heart center in prayer. You can extend those arms nice and long by the sides of the feet. So we feel the stretch again here through the sole of the foot, up through that plantar fascia region. Draw your tailbone down a bit. Draw the navel in toward the spine. As you spread through your fingers, take a nice deep, full breath in. And then as you exhale, let your hands come down, framing your front right foot. Now from here, we're going to spin that back left heel down to the floor. We're going to slide one of the blocks closer to the inner right ankle and maybe bring it up on its highest height. You're going to take your right hand, place it on top of the block, and you're going to bring the left hand up to the left hip. You're going to start to press into the feet. So you might even press into the feet where the 10 toes are even lifting away from the floor. Start to bring the right leg more towards straight. You're going to turn your heart to the left side of the room. Left hand can remain on the hip or let the arm extend upward into triangle position. So standing poses are excellent to strengthen the ankles and the feet. To take another breath in. Okay, and then as you're exhaling, let's start to bring the hands back down to frame the right foot. So left hand comes down, Both hands on the blocks, spin off of the back heel, move the blocks to the side, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, so you're going to breathe in, roll your hips forward into plank pose. The knees can remain up or you can lower them down. We're going to exhale, bend the elbows, and lower down to the chest. So we're going to take that cobra or that crocodile position rather with the hands. So stack your hands, but this time we're going to press the balls of the feet into the mat, and we're also going to do a little chest lift. So you're going to lift the kneecaps, engage the leg muscles in toward the bone, press into your forearms, and lift your chest just a bit. So you have, I call this modified sphinx position with the chest, but the balls of the feet are pressing into the mat instead of the tops of the feet, and the leg muscles are really active. Take a breath in. And then as you're exhaling, we're going to bring the chest down, slide the hands under the chest, press up to all fours. You're going to let your weight shift into your left knee as your right leg extends back behind you. Heel pulses second side. Rock your right heel toward the back and then forward. Last time or two. Okay, lowering your right knee down before we transition. You might bring your blocks in a little closer if they're super far away, and then inhale, release the belly down to the floor, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, and take a moment here, kind of pedal out through your knees and your feet. Okay, we're going to let the weight go into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, send your left heel up into downward facing dog split. Exhale, curl your left knee in toward your chest, stepping your left foot through. So you're in that high lunge position, so adjust your blocks so they're under your hands. Feel the press of the right ball of the foot into the mat, creating some opening across the arc of the right foot, the plantar fascia region. You can always stay right here. You're going to start to come up. Prayer hands can land at the heart, or you can stretch your arms long by your ears. So I like to keep a soft bend in my back right knee. Draw the tailbone down and send the fingers up toward the sky, spreading through the hands so the palms are really active. Take a nice deep full breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Now spin your back right heel down to the floor. Bring one of the blocks to the inside of the left ankle. Left hand is going to come onto the block while your right hand starts to come to your hip. Now press into your feet so much that maybe you lift your 10 toes away from the floor and begin to straighten your left knee. And then your right hand can stay on the hip, or you can extend it upward toward the sky. Triangle pose. This is an excellent pose for strengthening the ankles and the feet. Spread through the right fingers. If the arm is extended, the center of your palm turns out to the right side of the room. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down. Frame your left foot. Spin off your right heel. Move your block. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. And then just take some pedal out through knees and feet. You're going to roll the hips forward into plank again. So you're going to inhale, bring your hips forward into plank pose. Knees will remain lifted, or you can lower them down to knee down plank. We're going to exhale and lower down to the chest. Now you're going to slide the elbows forward. We're going to come up into forearm plank here. So you're going to bring your forearms to the mat, and you're going to bring your hands either to prayer position or interlock position. We're going to press into the balls of the feet, and you're already going to start to feel your belly kind of scoop in toward your spine. Now lift the hips away from the floor, and you can stay here. Press the balls of the feet into the mat with knees down. Keeping the balls of the feet pressing down will stretch through the plantar fascia of the feet. Or you can press down and maybe lift your knees away from the floor. Taking the forearm plank. Press down into your elbows and your forearms. Keep your chin slightly tucked, gazes down, crown of the head reaching forward. Take a breath in. And as you're exhaling, lower your knees down if they're lifted. Bring your thighs back down to the floor. Slide your hands underneath of your low chest. Take your tailbone down. You're going to point your feet this time. So fully extend. We've done lots of work with balls of the feet pressing into the. Point your feet and begin to float your chest and your legs into locust position. You can keep your hands down on the floor. You might float those hands up away from the mat, hugging those elbows in toward the side bodies. Take a breath in. Keep your chest up, but lower your hands and lower your feet. Inhale, curl the chest up a little higher, cobra. Exhale, let's move to table. Shift the pelvis up, shape of the table. So breathe in, release your belly down toward the mat, lifting up through your heart. Now, as you exhale, press into the balls of the feet and start to move your sitting bones toward your heels. Inhale, rock up, untuck the feet, release the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, balls of the feet press into the mat. Move the pelvis toward the heels. Inhale, rock up. Release the belly, lift up through the heart. Exhale, press the balls of the feet in. Send the sitting bones to heels. Now stay here, or you can walk your hands in toward your knees and start to come up a little bit higher. So the pelvis is sitting on the heels. The hands are still down, but there's more pressure in the toes and the soles of the feet. Now, if that feels overly intense, then of course come back to that extended child's pose position. If you do this pose frequently or feel like you can bring your hands up to increase the stretch across the arches of the feet, you might come up to where your shoulders end up stacked over your hips, prayer hands possibly at the heart. Let's take another 2 cycles of breath in any of those poses. Breathe in. Breathe in. Okay. If your hands are up away from the floor, just start to bring them forward. Come back through table. Untuck your feet. Sometimes once I come here, I just like to do these little taps with the tops of the feet, just very gentle, but just alternating from side to side. Okay, letting both feet come down, swinging the hips out to the right or to the left, coming to the pelvis where you'll take your blanket and you'll fold it up a time or two, coming to sit on the edge of that blanket. As you sit on the edge of the blanket, keep your right knee bent, extend your left leg out, half wide angle position. Send your arms up by your ears. Let's tip to that left leg. So left hand coming down, side stretching over here. Deep inhale and exhale. Bringing the body up. We're going to twist to the right. So right hand coming back, left hand coming across the body. So you can actually let your left hip get a little bit lighter as that left arm comes across the body. Turn through the heart. Turn your chin toward the left and then come back to the center. Okay. Lean the weight into the hands. Switch out your legs. Send your right leg out, bend your left knee, and send your arms up by the sides of your face. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your right hand down and lean your torso over that right leg, side stretch. Another inhale and exhale. One more round of breath here. Inhale, come up through the center. We're going to take the left hand back, bring the right arm across the body. So press out through your right heel. And it's okay to let this hip lift up a little bit as you take that twist. Turn the heart to the left. Turn your chin toward the right shoulder. Okay, bring everything around to the center. Lean back into the hands so that you can bring the legs into that cross leg position. Breathe in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands coming together and down into the heart. Breathe in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer hands into the heart. Last time, breathe in, circle sweep. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. Let the backs of the hands come down to your thighs, letting your palms face upward to the sky. We'll sit quietly together for a minute. If time permits at your home, you could come down onto your spine and take a longer shavasana or stay in seated meditation for a longer period of time. But otherwise, just a few breaths here to close our practice today. Soft closure of the eyes, elbows softening into the sides of your body. Feel the breath moving the body from the inside out. As you're ready, let your hands come together at your heart in prayer. Bow your chin slightly forward. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.